Oh, well, not much of a login queue at least.
You know, you actually haven't touched. Oh yeah.
There we go. Alright, I'm back in if you'd have them shoot me a... There we go. Well, that was interesting. Let's see, which Teemo skin did I actually end up getting here?
They were. Chad
Was
was
it
saying panda. Chad
Panda?
was saying. Yeah, Chad was saying
Probably.
panda.
Well, we can confirm that for everybody. Yes, I now own Panda Teemo, in addition to the other Teemo skins that the Dominion community has blessed me with for my hatred of Teemo. Cottontail, Badger, and Recon.
As I say, I don't. No, the trick is, why do you own Teemo?
Because he was a necessary buy for Dominion at one point, especially before the new
Before the
super
nerf.
passive went in.
Yeah, yeah. See, my trick was I just didn't buy Teemo, and so that way nobody can give me skins.
Yeah, I've had the... Well, you see, that would work, except people give you champions too. So I've been
Yeah.
gifted Trundle and Tryndamere, and then skins for Trundle and Tryndamere.
Hey, the new Trundle skins are
Although with the
actually pretty
rework,
good.
actually not so displeased with Trundle. Still not
Yeah,
a big fan of
actually.
Tryndamere.
I mean, like I just didn't feel like the Trundle skins were like they look almost exact. Right now, they look almost the exact same as the base skin. Is my problem with them. Um, but
The new
I actually
Little
like Trundle
Slugger
right now.
skin with that trophy for his pillar is pretty amusing. I believe we are waiting on Sifu, probably getting a snack. So going down the rosters, we've got Confitharius, generally Pex's off mage and assassin player. Panzer's generally their bruiser, tank, initiate. Carnival's a sub for Pex this week. Not quite sure what he plays anymore, although I do usually see him on casters if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Painkiller also often filling a bruiser role, and Booberry in a used to be a heavy Ezreal player, 80 carries, now is kind of filled into their designated Urgot and or tank if needed. On Team Cheese Enema, we have Kraug, Sifu, Calvin, Walwix, Lurch, and Brown Bruiser. Kraug and Lurch often queuing together, often playing kind of melee bruisers. Walwix kind of the designated support and sometimes mage or troll AP Shaco player for Cheese Enema. Sifu, a heavy Talon player, likes assassins and hard engages. Brown Bruiser, apparently now Cheese Enema's bot laner, and we just saw him play Diana last game, but can also play a variety of AD bruisers. Waiting on those chat bans and my terrible McAfee to go away on me.
McAfee 2 OP.
McAfee real mad. Lulu mad.
So since while we're waiting, let's talk about the upcoming reworks with Trundle, Sejuani, and then the potential of Lysandre. Oh, looks like they're ready.
Here we go. Chats.
So many Lulu bans. Oh, player bans now. This is getting personal.
So we do have an Elise ban coming out from Sifu. And are they... I'd like to know if they're actually sticking with that Lulu Teemo. But hopefully we can just get these to go one by one in order to stick to protocol. Alright, so I guess we are sticking with Lulu, Teemo, Elise, and Sifu will pick one more champion to ban. And it is thinking really hard.
Okay, Lulu, again, enables boosters really hard. Teemo gives strong map control, not quite as... and then also he can dual bruisers pretty effectively with his Poison Dart. Elise, again, really strong duelist because she has a stun, and she also has the ability to just stall out bot lane using her W due to its long range and decent wave clear.
And we've got an Urgot ban. I've dumped the chat bans into DD chat in case you need to retrieve those once we go into draft. Oh, Warwick's threatening his infamous AP Shaco that really terrored IV+Zyra Child Sport the last time they faced each other. Oh, for our viewers out there, IV+Zyra Child Sport is offering a $300 cash bounty for a new team that beats them, not one of the established Dominion teams. So if you want to join up, now is an amazing time to do so.
Also note that this game name shows a lot of thought and depth by Pex with QQQA. Anyways, going into the bans, Amumu, again, the strong AoE, Wukong, the strong AoE and Shred, Kayle, the strong Shred, and the ability to just save people with her ultimate. Kayle's actually receiving a nerf next patch, guys. Her W heal range is going from 1,000 to 900. Nidalee, again, being banned. Carnival plays pretty good Nidalee. I'm pretty sure some other people on PEX play good Nidalee, other than just Infeed. However, Infeed is the person who did popularize Nidalee. Nidalee, strong jungle control, and the pick-off coming from...
I actually believe Zabers was one of the first Dominion players to popularize Nidalee and actually picked up bans long ago, back when +5 was still a main team.
True.
And she fell out of favor after Zabers kind of quit her, and has come back recently with the BFT and mage buffs, and people realizing what that trap does and that 40% shred, which is absolutely terrifying. There is Kha'Zix being picked up from Pex.
Yeah, so again, it's the question is who's open that Enema was trying to pick up, because Kassadin's already, they can't do the Jayce pickup that they did before, so I think Enema has a pretty big dilemma here. So Enema's picking up Eve for Lurch.
That's probably gonna be a bot lane Evelynn, actually.
Lurch plays a mean bot lane Evelynn that just wrecks people. Other strong characters who are open: Darius, Jarvan. Yeah.
Let me just copy and paste these chat bans down again so that everybody can see them.
See, for like the last second switching to
Zyra.
Yeah, so again, the strong AoE wombo combo of Jarvan Ultimate and Zyra, getting lots of knockups and lots of CC. So even if you buy Merc Treads, there's still the knockups that you're not going to be able to reduce.
That Zyra Jarvander combo is actually a pretty good synergy, just because Zyra has trouble with people walking right out of her ult, but if they're caught in a Jarvan ring, much more difficult to do.
Yeah.
And being trapped in that Jarvan arena with 2 enraged plants is just not good for your health.
Yeah, Carnival hovering over the Anivia. we'll see. Expect more Nivea spam after the next patch goes out, guys. With the new Black Frost and Nivea skin, if you guys haven't seen it, it has an S-tier joke. Like it's more cheese. The new Nivea skins joke is more cheesecake than Kassadin. And Carnival, of course, trolling us with the Nivea hover, and just goes to Eve. Eve being denied from merch is actually really important. However, Panzer's became
interesting. Warwick's taunting Pex with his Shaco. Not sure he's going to try that again though.
Yeah, I don't even want to commentate over the hovers at this point. Okay, so Pantheon's a really strong champion combo with Kha'Zix, because Pantheon can apply, using his E, can really easily apply the Black Cleaver stacks, and so Pantheon also just brings a lot of strong physical damage, and then his execute with the free crits when you're under 15% health.
Oh, bugger.
Can do a lot of damage.
Whoops. I'll get on this eventually.
Yep.
Hopefully that hotkey did it's just loading in.
Yeah.
Of course, my freaking client moved like 2 inches to the left now, so it's offset.
You can work with that. Rumble pickup. Rumble, pretty strong in melee. Again, having that good ultimate for zoning people out. If you stand in it, is going to hurt. And then Vi is strong because she can do a lot of burst damage with her, in just sort of her full combo, and then also, and just sort of outputs a lot of damage if you ignore her in a fight. Okay, so Annie being hovered and Cassiopeia being hovered. Blueberry's Cassiopeia bottom lane is very potent. The things you have to remember about Cassiopeia is she's vulnerable to being jumped on by anyone who can jump on her and burst her. But if it's just somebody, but I don't feel Jax that can really take her on. I would generally counterpick the Cassiopeia pick with maybe a Xinjiao. Painkiller picking up that Annie. Annie has strong initiation with her stun, and then Tibbers just spits out a lot of damage. And then also Annie is a lot tankier than however tanky you think she's going to be, because her E provides a lot of free stats. Oh, you can turn out. Do you know how to? You can turn it down. Volume
it's already
mixer.
Fixed itself for the moment. I'll do that for the next one if we need to. But the login or champ select music has actually played itself out, fortunately.
No, is this to say you can just do just do volume mixer and then PvP.net client.
I don't know if blue team's actually that squishy. That Annie's going to be much tankier than you give her credit for.
Yeah. Annie's super tanky. I would definitely say Cassiopeia is going to be squishy, but Zed is going to be very strong against Cassiopeia. The thing about Zed is that until you get that Zonias, he can just jump on, until you get, or the Wooglets, I should say. Until you get that Wooglets, Zed's just going to be able to jump on Cassiopeia and just combo her with the triple shadow Q, doing just absolutely insane damage, and then just the constant output.
Looks actually like Carnival is going to stick with Annie, where it is a traditional blueberry pick.
Yeah. And okay, and then just for people wondering why you use Wooglet, if you ever wonder why you always want to get Wooglets or Quicksilver against Zed. His ult amplifies all damage taken, but not in a traditional, like, that specific ability does more damage. Instead, stores up all the damage to then be detonated when the ult goes off after 3 seconds after he targets you, which means that if you manage to cleanse the debuff or just be in stasis during the time when it would go off, it has not amplified. It means that he hasn't amplified his damage at all. And then stasis is effective because it allows you to also make him waste triple shadow Qs, which can really hurt.
Well, I believe I can pull down our summoner blockers as we are in our 3-minute
Zed
delay.
is, yeah, Zed is good versus ability power champs because Zed can really burst on squishies fast. Okay, summoner spells, 3 exhausts, 2 garrisons by Enema, and then 4 exhausts, 1 garrison by Pex. Mostly due to Pex's lack of super tanky champions or champions with really long range to poke. So they're not going to be able to hold points off as well, which means they're going to need to do more fighting, which means you're going to be wanting the exhausts.
Well, with 1 minute left on our clock, 1 minute 40, we do have 1 garrison on Pex, 2 showing up on Enema.
Oh, Arios, just to answer your question, it's because I realize Woolitz is much better versus Zed than Quicksilver really will ever be versus Zed. However, Quicksilver still is a viable option if you're getting shredded by Zed. Yeah. And then also just the amount of burst Zed can put out until they get that Wooglitz. Because the thing is that Wooglitz prevents you, means that they're not getting, if you're buying Wooglitz, it means you're not getting CDR. And if you're not getting CDR on a lot of mages, that can really suck. And so by delaying their builds just to deal with Zed, that can really put you at a disadvantage. And if anyone chooses not to delay their build, then by getting Wooglitz, then that person is going to be the target for every single Zed ult. Does that answer your question? Oh, so the cash prizes for just the regular tournament though is $20 in right points for first place, $15 in right points for second, $10 for third place, and then $5 worth of right points for fourth. Yeah, and then first place of course gets the tournament right skin. Which is a pretty solid skin. It's mostly just to show off that you play tournaments.
Yeah, the only league players that get the Triumphant Rise skin are people who have won a Riot-sponsored tournament, so It is just an ego boost.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a solidly looking skin, especially considering Riot doesn't have any super outstanding skins to really compete with it. Tournaments can vary from 16 to 30. I think we had 30 people 1 week.
I think our max out currently is 32 if we get enough signups for brackets.
Yeah, I mean, that's the max out for brackets, but I think the highest I've seen is like 28 to 30.
Alright, going into this game, I believe I will be doing your play-by-plays,
Yep.
and Chaosos will be giving you an education in Dominion.
Yep. Yeah,
Seeing a solid set of 5 gold borders from Enema.
So judging by the borders, you're going to be Painkiller carrying this game with his diamond border.
That's
Diamond
actually Blueberry.
Diamond is just so much. Blueberry. Painkiller is only platinum. So as we go into this game, we're going to see Blueberry just crushing people under the weight of all his gems. Unfortunately, he's not playing Taric, so he's not going to be fully
outrageous.
Unfortunately, he's not playing Taric, so he's not going to be able to truly maximize. However, judging by the skin, it may not actually be diamonds. They may just be jade. However, you're also going to see Confitarius and Panzers being unranked players, just getting crushed by these gold players, showing that
of course your SR ranking is incredibly 1-to-1 effective in your Dominion skill.
Yes. And there's no such thing as players who don't bother with Summer's Rift ranking. Either you play Summer's Rift ranked or you're bad. In case you guys can't tell, we're sarcastic. Make sure you switch to your KDA.
Oh, I'm actually gonna get it before the game starts this time for the first game in this tournament. KDA getting 2 Spectral Lanterns picked up from Pex on Kha'Zix and on Pantheon to counter that pretty heavy AD on the enemy team. where Enema is picking up a pretty traditional set of Doran's Blades, an Amp Ruby for probably a Rush Sweeper,
Yep.
and a Prospector's
Actually, no,
Ring.
that's not Sweeper. That is going to be Guys.
Oh, he beat early Guys for our BFT. Yeah.
Yep.
He'll probably pick up both eventually,
Yeah.
but we'll see. I'd like to see what he
Rumble's-
takes first. Probably Rumble with a
Rumble's,
flat
yeah,
down.
Rumble's gonna be going for BFT first. Build wise, the Grezes coming out of the Kha'Zix and Pantheon are more viable now with the Season 3 changes. You don't have to start in boots anymore to get to the top point in a timely fashion. And then that those reveals can just be really powerful in scouting out any shenanigans that Cheese Enema may be trying to pull off, like they did last time with their shotgun.
Now, they don't seem to have any particularly amazing backcap champions this time, so there may not be...
If we do look at Confitarius's runes and masteries, right now he's sitting at a solid 4 AP.
Interesting.
Which really is well utilized with his passive 0.5 AP scaling, which he is able to use for all of his for like one melee auto attack.
Warwick's going down the combined 5-enemy team. Confitarius trying to use that isolation damage, but he's blocked by all 3 people standing right next to each other. Carnival trying to keep off Kraug and Sifu Calvin from capping this point while his team comes back off the revive. Dies to a flag. Sifu Calvin starting to cap the point. Painkiller coming up on Eve. Can he stop the cap in time? No, he's not able to stop that cap.
Pretty sure
Sifu chasing Painkiller. Kraug probably going to jump over the side to try and finish him, and Exhaust coming out. Painkiller actually finishes off Sifu's Vi, but it's going to go down to Lurch here with that Flame Spitter.
Pretty sure that was
Warwick's actually going with a defense on his midpoint as Panzers and Confitarius try to take it out. Warwick dies to Carnival's Annie. The Zyra passive is going to wait for a little while, go after, and miss everybody. You see Booberry actually has pushed Brumbruiser out of his point and almost killed him. Crowd coming down to secure this though. Oh, Brumbruiser comes back and takes a poison shot to the face and dies for his trouble. Crowd gonna recap bot for his team. Sifu Calvin looks like he's gonna go down to a spear. No, actually doesn't quite die to it. And a little bit of Vi role-playing here.
Yeah, he throws up the bad manners. Been practicing that a lot.
Carnival chasing Lurch, gets the stun off of his passive. Lurch continuing to run away. Panzers jumps him. Ult goes off to stop the cap. Garrison goes off. And Lurch goes down to the combined firepower of 4 Apex members. Sifu coming up as a 1v4 as well. Probably not a great decision. Warwick's hopefully going to back off of this. Oh, there's actually a split team on Pex. They're going to run into that Zyra ult, but there's a bear drop. Tibber is chasing down Warwick's and Kraug, giving a little bit of a bear punch. Panzer's grabbing a health kit, not recalling just yet.
Also
Enema
note
is taking
that
both their champions back.
Carnival using the Annie in Wonderland skin. Annie in Wonderland used to be considered better because it was harder to see the swirling power aura around her,
skin.
But now with the Annie visual remake, that's not quite as big of an advantage. Gank coming down by Sifu.
Sifu running. Oh, Painkiller. They don't actually know this, but Painkiller's here to support Booberry if Vi does go for that gank.
I'll note that I was right, and it was the Haunting Guys for Rumble. Rumble utilizes BFT really well because his Q is a dot and his ult is a dot, and he gets 2 uses of his E, so he gets to actually get a lot of spell cast out on people to keep up the
straight BFT
torch
rush for that CDR and just extra
initiation by
damage on
Crayon.
top. Sifu gets good jump into the team fight. Carnival is getting his passive stun off to let his team clear out. Confitarius is trying to do a lurch, but he's caught in a bad place here. Tries to jump out, he's slowed though. Does not look good for him. Flamesword is going to take him down. Painkiller heading top to try and secure Windmill. Still
Kraug's
4
no
Enema players sieging top here.
Kraug still has not died. Wow.
There's a Garrison going off. Sifu going in with that Storm Shield on Vi, doing a ton of damage to Carnival.
Yeah.
Painkiller looks like he's going to go down to Vi here.
Crayog
and does
misses the
fall.
Dragon Strike.
Carnival gets the stun off. Oh, the exhaust prevents that auto attack from finishing it, and the flag secures the kill on Annie. Bot lane, we still have a pretty stale lane going here between Brown Bruiser and Blueberry since that first kill at the beginning. Relatively even HP. Not too much going on top at the moment. Enema recalling to lick their wounds.
Gank.
Completarius ganks bottom here. Brown
Nice
Bruiser
juke by
uses a nice juke with his shadow clones, but doesn't look like he's going to be able to do much. Gets away with a sliver of HP, Blueberry unable to finish that off. Vi going in with the ult. Oh, Cassio screams in her face, and Conf cleans up the Vi. Doesn't look like he's going to get out with that tag from Lurch though. Oh, and the blind combo from Kraug finishes him. Warwick's caught between Painkiller and Panzers. Actually lands the snare on Panzers, but the ult is walked right out of and he's going to fall there. Brown Bruiser up top now. Looks like Jarvan is going to cover bottom, looking to get Brown Bruiser's Z damage going for top, trying to change things up. And he puts a stun and then drops a bear right on Brown Bruiser, and he just goes right down. Panzer's retreating from that Flame Spitter damage from Lurch. Rumble doing that massive AoE dot. Sifu trying to fight Kha'Zix, but he is isolated at the moment, running back towards his teammate to break that isolation. Runs back in, but is going to die. Confitarius uses that reset to jump onto Lurch and kill him.
Bot neutralized.
Bot actually was neutralized by Blueberry, and looks like Brown just has to come down to try and help cap that.
I'll note that if when Warwick had died, if he had landed the Zyra snare onto Panzers, or the Zyra passive onto Panzers, Panzers probably would have been dead. In that
Yeah, it was actually, I
fight.
believe, on cooldown. He'd actually landed the snare on Panzers earlier and didn't have his ult up.
Yeah, no, it's the the passive.
Oh, his
True damage.
True damage. Missed that.
Which would have meant that Brown Bruiser could have maybe actually gone a triple kill off of that, which could have been big.
Still a pretty even game here, actually, 389 to 378. Vi pushing top. Panzers
keep coming crashing down bot.
Confitarius trying to do a little bit of backhand action, but eating a Rumble ult for the trouble. We've
That's
got
some
a
more resource
Vi
that was just
trying
used.
to
Oh wow, Crayog.
and falls down. Blueberry gets the neutralize, but is going down to Rumble. Rumble killing quite a few people this game. Flame Spitter just doing a bunch of work here against these two grouped up players. The isolation as he got too far away from Warwick seals his fate though. Carnival does get a neutral on mid while everybody was fighting down bot. Vi trying to stall that bear drop right on her face. Brown Bruiser coming in. Damage going on to Annie. Annie falls. Looks like purple team's going to recap their own mid. Jarvan should be able to get top in time for at least a neutralize, if not a cap.
Purple team has captured the drone.
Confitarius jumping away from that fight on that poor engage. And both teams backing off a little bit, as we're probably looking into a bit of a siege on top point. Brown Bruiser is getting some point damage onto their bot lane as Blueberry's wandered top to see what she can do there. Annie's holding bot at the moment. Blueberry's coming back down while blue team engages. Comp's got a sweeper hit on him, Feligrez's, and is visible so he can be seen through his ult. And the Rumble ult with that amazing range just pops that Kha'Zix. Brown Bruiser running away with his Yomus. Annie running right after him, that sweeper giving her that amazing 10 bonus move speed. Probably going to be a stun here. Oh, and the juke with the shadow lets him get away.
Purple team has captured the win.
Garrison goes off, preventing Blueberry and Carnival from capping that point. Blueberry continues to farm some minions and push that lane out. Still 2 players bot, 3 actually, from Enema, and another 2 players closing in from Pex. We may see a bit of a team fight down here. 2 players top, but they've been
Sifu overextended. Wow.
Sifu engages 1v2 and just again in that solo versus a Kha'Zix taking way too much damage. Warwick needs to take Kha'Zix jump off the reset. Rumble+Vi is left to try and hold the point alone against Painkiller on Evelynn and Completarius on Kha'Zix. Top, we have a siege going between Annie and Pantheon and Rumble and Jarvan from Enema. Looks like they're holding it pretty well.
Yeah.
And yeah, Rumble+Vi finally goes down bottom. Looks like they're going to neutralize Quest. Don't think they're going to cap it off that. That's a revive from Rumble+Vi.
Yeah,
oh, actually, the Painkiller has been ignored, but doesn't quite get the cap. Still a siege top, not really much happening between these two pairs. Looks like Warwick is going to recap bottom. Vi is going in, looks like kill on Painkiller. No, didn't actually see him, so he's going to die. Still a pretty stale siege top, although Bear has been dropped.
The siege top isn't really going anywhere. Rumble and Jarvan have a lot clear. The important thing to note, though, is that another thing that Pex was smart in picking up the 4 revives was that the other way to beat Zed, even if you don't have Quicksilver or Zhonya's, is exhaust him during his ult, because that'll drop not only the ultimate's damage, but will also drop the damage coming out leading into the ultimate, which means it won't be amplifying as much, and so it just overall really sucks for Zed.
Oh, Jarvan goes in on that garrison point. And looks like Sifu is trying to pick up a kill here. Does get that. Well, actually, Rumble gets the that ult, locks down Annie, and the shield from Vi's passive keeps her alive. Rumble doing so much AoE damage and just getting that sustained damage out through that entire team fight, and just crushes that. We do have Pantheon and Evelynn coming back up, but Lurch and Warwick are still there at reasonably high HP. The Grezes, though, sweeps that so they don't get caught.
Oh.
Brown Bruiser actually gets the kill on Cassio.
Yeah, the key thing to note is he actually picked up the Quicksilver Sash, so that way whenever Cassiopeia ulted... Oh, top.
Quite a fight going on top. Warwick does land that ult on all 3 of them, but it's not enough and goes down to a Kha'Zix reset. 3 players bottom for Enema. Looks like they're going to be able to take... No, actually there's Garrison stalling them on Quest. They should be able to take that unless Kha'Zix really manages to pull something amazing here. Here goes the neutral, going to try to cap. Kha'Zix jumps on Rumble+Vi and almost instantly kills him, and there he goes. Vi fighting Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix jumps out with his reset. Jarvan actually getting his flag combo off to knock up Comp, but now he's isolated, which is a bad place for him to be in, and goes down to Kha'Zix. Oh, actually a dot from Cassio.
The important thing to note is that Kha'Zix, so top, Panthers versus Warwick.
Got. Oh, and he misses all of his spells. Panzer's actually able to get off a good bit of damage with very little taken back in return from Warwick. And there's the reset, or the jump from Kha'Zix. The
important thing to know about what Confitarius is doing is, unlike many people, he's actually evolving Q first, then he evolves his E. What that means is that the Q evolution, in addition to giving a little bit extra range on his auto-attacks and Q, it also means that targets take 12% of their missing health as bonus damage when they're isolated. That's able to just really pick people.
Turns that Q into a serious execute, and then the E for resets, and jumping around the battlefield.
Yep.
Sifu going in, switching back and forth between Carnival and Painkiller. Doesn't really do much to either of them. Lurch and Kraug trying to hold top for their team and get this cap off against this Annie and Evelynn. Evelynn goes in, and there's the Rumble. That should really seal that. They're all standing in it. That Rumble just doing so much work this game with the persistent damage. Confitarius trying to cap bottom. Looks like he's going to eat a little bit of a Zyra hit from... he's going to jump out of it, but almost died to that. Oh, he's tagged, and the auto attack should... No, there's a heal kit. He's going to get away. Pretty sure he's going to get away from that. And away he goes.
Yeah, so Kha'Zix is level 16 now, which means he has the ball W, which means he has the really long-range AoE slow, and strong poke.
As he got into that bush, it also triggered his passive, which let him get a slow off on Zyra as he was running away. Yep. Sifu picking up Storm buff, and Kraug, Lurch, and Sifu running around mid looking for a pick. Sweeper used, but not finding anybody.
Yeah, Rumble's...
Pex. Oh, wow. Carnival runs right past Jarvan, eats a crit, knock up, that's a dead Carnival. There is that pick that Enema was looking for, and Confitarius jumps away from that 2-man where his isolation isn't working. Walks back in, And it doesn't look like a good fight for him though. I think he's going to try and run away from this. Oh, he's tagged with the blind Q from Rumble and dies. Lurch actually has 14 kills this game, just doing so much work being left to kind of run through the enemy team with all of his dots.
Also note though that Kreog has only 3 deaths, by far the lowest in the game. 11 kills, 18 assists. Kreog has been everywhere in this game, using that Jarvan just to be everywhere, to be super tanky, and to do lots of damage with his Cleaver Ghostblade combo.
It's a lot of stacked flat pen, and then a bit of percentage. I wonder if he'll pick up a Last Whisper to complete
And the thing is, Dragon Strike also shreds armor, so you pretty much just don't have armor versus that.
Rumble keeping them off of that cap point, hitting all 3 of them and doing a little bit of damage.
Dude, yeah, did like 20%
to try and
damage
stop
each.
people
Very
from
nice
coming
shoot.
up from the side. Kha'Zix is getting a little bit of a back cap on, oh, and he jumps in to try and finish off his Zed, and the exhaust keeps Blueberry alive. Compterius looks to be in position to neutral this if he can keep, oh, there's a Garrison. Actually, Warwick's may be able to keep this alive. Vi ults Blueberry and just dunks him. Confiteria running away from that engage now. That's a 2v1. Top
Blueberry?
we have Kraug and Lurch. Actually, just Lurch here is going to die now by the Pantheon jump.
Okay. Other than the bot, Sifu, backcapping, Blueberry should be able to turn this bot lane around right now because Blueberry, the Quicksilver was a big problem for Blueberry in getting rid of his ult. But now that he has Zhonya's, he should be able to stasis out of the Zed ult, which is going to be a really big impact in this lane.
Brown Bruiser trying to stop Blueberry's cat bot. Looks like he'll get there in time. And it's still a very close game, 171 to 218. Really a good match we're seeing here.
Zed spamming that overpowered laugh.
A Garrison coming out to try and save the point. Oh, Kraug does get a triple knockup, but he's still going to die. That Pantheon Sphere with the execute. Exhaust going out on Pantheon. Sifu standing in front taking a lot of damage, but his passive gives him just a little bit of extra effective HP. Lurch coming in with the Flame Spitter, gets the kill off on... Actually, Zyra picks up that kill, even though Lurch was probably doing more sustained damage.
Yeah. And Painkiller pieces out.
Trying to come up to see can he get that kill on Lurch.
No ult
He really
up.
wants it. He really wants it. And
Oh, that's dead.
He gets the kill and is going to run off. I don't think Wallace can catch that with the speed buff off of
Yeah, and,
Evelynn, all of the
his
boofs.
speed boost, he actually double burned.
That's
his speed.
actually cap bot that we missed. Oh, engage bot. Blueberry is... Oh, that is a dead Kha'Zix. He just goes right down to that Zed Vi. Sifu trying to zone out Blueberry as now a trade-off. Brown Bruiser with his higher HP is going to try and zone Blueberry while Sifu caps, and the exhaust is going to seal that. We now have Painkiller, Panzers, and Carnival taking top. No one there to contest that, but they are going to keep their bottom here on the purple team, and both go port back to heal.
Dominion is just too fast and too fun for us to cast everything.
So much action going on. I do try to catch it all.
But it's... I mean, there's just... If there's 2 combats simultaneously happening on both sides of the map, can't really cover everything.
It happens on SR, but not nearly as frequently, where
No,
there's 2 very interesting battles going on at the same time.
Yeah.
Lurch picking up Storm Shield, that's going to just turn him into a death machine here. There's all of the sweepers going off, everybody visible. Crowd going for a little bit of point damage on Windmill, but is going to back off as he sees Andy coming up. 3 players from Enema, 4 are now relatively well stuck together. Sifu goes in a little bit too early and is going to die real quick. The comp actually gets caught and dies as well. Zyra ult hitting all 3 remaining people. Crowd exhausted. Painkillers is going to get away. Actually, Crowd might die for this. He's got the speed boost going, and Warwick's fighting Painkiller. Lurch fighting Annie. Lurch gets the kill. Warwick's and Painkiller still going. Painkiller gets the kill on Warwick's, so it's still 1v1 top. Oh, Warwick's actually tags his passive, and Painkiller goes down, leaving the Lurch to cap the point uncontested.
Yeah, that was actually critical. Looking at build-wise bottom,
Oh,
it's...
he's stuck in a miasma. He's gonna die.
Yeah,
But it is a 1-for-1 bot. But
it's
Confiteria
the-
is there to
yeah,
try
the
and pick up a
Muriel,
point. There's not enough people there from purple bot to stop this. It looks like Conf is going to get the least neutral. There's a revive out of Brown Bruiser to probably stop the cap.
And top.
Vi is
Sifu
too
extending
low
again.
HP. Oh, it looks like Panzer's gonna go down. I don't think he can take that on. And he does fall. Confitarius does with that 1v1 isolation just destroy Zed.
Please, I am bugged. The
A little bit of a banter back and forth. Warwick's falling down to... Oh, Painkiller... No, actually Jarvan's going to be able to save him, and I think Painkiller's actually going to go down now to that dunk. Dunked. Carnival is the last man standing. Can he stop this cap? Probably not. Looks like Lurch is going to just... Oh, Bear Drop! Bear Drop kills him! He is just taking that bear to the face. Warwick's porting back.
He was able to take down the bug.
Sifu is going to kill some minions. Well, Brown tries to put some damage on the point. Blueberry just clearing those minions quite effectively. Cassio and Twin Fang on resets on poison. Confitarius and Brown Bruiser fighting each other. Conf diving the point, going in after Brown Bruiser, misses his jump, overshoots it, but it's 2v1. I don't think that Kaig can do very much against this, and he falls quite quickly. Zyra up in time, a plant, not quite close enough to tag Panzers though, so he's going to be able to continue capping. Annie behind Zyra comes in, misses her wave fire though, and it's not going to finish off Warwick's. Panzers just continues capping through the whole thing. It looks like top point is going to Pex. Bot was neutralized, Brown Loser takes it back. Vi is actually going for Pex's bot here. Should get a neutral off with Lurch to support. Confitarius coming in to try and stop the cap. Oh, there's a Pantheon ult coming down on the middle of this team fight. Vi versus Pantheon. Vi is now... Oh, gets a good ult mid Kha'Zix leap, and Kha'Zix goes down, and actually cleans up the Pantheon as well. Quite a good play from Sifu there.
That was sick.
Jarvan going in after Carnival, trying to keep off two people from point. Bear drops on his face, is going to take down that Evelynn. Lois comes up to try and secure, and he's going to run off here. Bot lane we have a 2v2, Blueberry and Panzers fighting against Brown Bruiser and Lurch. Lurch taking some BFT damage and some sustained damage from Cassio. Panzer's continuing to cap. Oh, Brown Bruiser goes in, uses the ult. Actually switched to Pantheon. Don't know if that was a misclick. But the Flamespitter is going to finish off Cassio. Kha'Zix going to jump in and help secure that kill on oh, Warwick's is going in. Painkiller. Vi. Kraug went past to the point and is taking some turret damage. Vi's actually on the point. Dunks at Carnival Annie and is continuing to hit them. And doesn't get the kill. That Annie shield giving her those free defenses and return damage that keeps her alive. Kha'Zix teleporting back after a little skirmish with Lurch on Rumble. Painkiller cleaning out minions. Warwick's Kraug trying to kill Painkiller, eats an exhaust. Probably going to go down to that. Falls to Evelynn after that exhaust. Ruins his plan. Lurch going to try and cap. Painkiller still here, but don't think he can stop this. Points neutral, but now there are 4 players from Pex against 2 from Choose Enema. Vi still trying to get to the fight. Painkiller makes his way out after being tagged by a Rumble ult. He's very low HP. He's probably going to just run off of this fight. Kha'Zix and V dueling. Again, not probably the best thing for V. Oh, the ult actually secures it. That's a dunk. Point to Vi. I thought that was going to go to Kha'Zix. Painkiller comes in. That shield on the passive almost saves Vi, but doesn't quite do it. And Painkiller is going to run off with his reset. Move speed bonus. But top
and
windmill does go to
not happy
Enema.
with Punch Lady. Yeah.
Blueberry pushing in on bot here. Brown Bruiser trying to keep that wave cleared so it doesn't continue to eat away at his point.
Bot is all about the 90-second cooldown, negating each other's ults, whether it's the Mercurial Scimitar from Zed or it's the Zonia Stasis.
Painkiller coming in for a gank on Brown Bruiser. Blueberry actually had about 2k gold in this bot lane, giving him a bit of advantage. Kha'Zix comes in to finish that up with the Macross missile spam. Panzers looks to be trying to take top. It's a 2v2 here, Vi going in on Annie. The dunk actually switches to Pantheon and then switches back to Annie for her damage. Damage actually not enough. Again, Annie's shield and innate defenses keeping her alive. Annie tankier than you expect. Kha'Zix takes a cleanup crew duty on bottom and looks like he's going to cap it though. Very, very close game. 74-40. 3-point cap. Pex lead.
Yeah.
40 ticks left.
Yeah.
On the Nexus. 39 now for Enema.
Yeah,
They
note
need to
on
make a move
Annie.
here.
Her E gives her free 60 resists. both armor and magic resist, which combined with the health from Realize and Blackfire Torch actually translates into a lot of tankiness. Because Annie's at 3k health right now, without the revive bonus.
And that effective health is quite a bit higher. She's
because
pretty
of
terrifying.
the E. Yep.
Warwick's not quite going to go down to that Heartseeker strike. Still in the fight, going to hook back around and try and support.
Yep.
The dunk from Vi hits that Pantheon. Annie just out of range of Zyra's passive and doesn't take the tag. Looks like Pex is going to clean up windmill, take top. Lurch reporting back. Kraug trying to cap bottom, but Kha'Zix is going to jump right on him. Brown Bruiser and Kraug versus Comfitarius. Can they take this point 2v1? Maybe the game for them here if they can.
Yeah.
There's the dunk, and looks like they can clean that up. But Cassio's back in time to probably stall this out. I don't think they can take that with the health they have
Cassio's
right
revive
now.
just came off.
Cassio probably going to kill Kraug here. I don't know if he missed actually, and missed the ult, whiffed everything. Kraug's gonna walk right off. 16 points left on Enema's Nexus. Not looking good for them right now. They're gonna have to really make a play and take this top point. I'm imagining Vi's gonna go just right in as soon as they go. Gets the dunk on Pantheon. Rumble coming down. Zyra coming down. So much damage. 2v2 left. Annie with that innate tankiness. Panzer's still alive.
GG.
Oh, Panzer comes down, but that's not enough time to cap. 3, 2, 1, and the game goes to P+Zyra child support.
Very
Well
nice.
played by both
Punch
teams.
Lady
A
was
very
able
good game.
to not actually able to be strong enough against the strength of the bug. Yeah. The bot lane matchup was just really decided by all the ganks and all the fighting down there. Like, that was not really a 1v1 Zed versus Cassiopeia lane.
Alright, it looks like we'll be heading into game 2 of the finals. Should we switch back off on the play-by-play, or I guess we
actually,
can ask,
since you're the one that has the camera.
Oh, I guess sure. I guess I'll stick to play-by-play if that's all right with our viewers, and you can continue to fill us in with our amazing Dominion education for all of our players who don't quite know what's going on.
Okay. So I think the important thing. So look. Since I've still got the screen up, looking through that game. So looking through the game for damage done. You've got Painkiller, of course, taking it home with 60,000 damage done to champions. Closest one was Rumble with almost 55,000 damage dealt to champions. The Eve just did so much work in cleaning up the fights after they happened, dancing around with the incredibly high movement speed with the resetting speed boost W and the high damage from the Q spam, the hate spike spam.